Sorry for the inconvenience. So I request Dr. Thoktam Sarajit Singh, Organizing Secretary, to kindly come to the dais and felicitate our chief guest. Organizing Secretary, Dr. Thoktam Sarajit Singh, please come to the dais. Okay. Oh, sorry. Okay. Okay, there is some problem. So now has arrived. So I request our chairman, Dr. Ningobam Swabanas, to kindly come to the stage. And I request our chief guest, Professor Mandan Mohan Tripathi, to please come to stand on the dais, and I request Madam to felicitate Professor Mandan Mohan Tripathi with a traditional song followed by bouquet and a memento. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Next, I request Dr. Devadita Mani, convener, ICAMSE 26, to kindly come to the dais and felicitate our President, Professor W. Chanbabu Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur Technical University. Thank you, sir. Due to unavoidable circumstances, our scant guest of honor, Dr. Zakir Singh, cannot be with us today. Therefore, I would like to request Dr. Rajkumar Kamatit Singh, convener ICAMSE 2026, to kindly come to the dais and felicitate our third guest of honor, Professor G. Singhaya, Vice Chancellor, Brigana Sandit Sandhani Rashtriya Vishwavidyalaya, Assam, India. Next, I request Dr. Anand Jyoti Sanasam, co-convener ICAMSE 26, to kindly come to the dais and felicitate our scant guest of honor, Dr. Sanavam Sujan Singh, Extension Officer Seismology, Northeastern Council Secretary, Government of India. Thank you, sir. Next, to felicitate our special guest, I request Dr. Morangtam Dinde Singh, co-convener, to kindly come to the dais and felicitate Dr. Sanjit Rasmigan Uza, retired scientist and Group Director, ISRO. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Thoktam Satyajit Singh, Organizing Secretary ICAMSE 2026, to kindly come to the dais and felicitate Professor Manoj Kumar Bharat, DVT Distinguished Scientist, former Director PRIC, NCCS Pune. Thank you, sir. After that, I also like to request Dr. Thoktam Satyajit Singh to felicitate Professor Miroslav Lanjan Novakovic, Department of Chemistry, University of Belgrade, Serbia. Sir, please. Thank you, sir. Last but not the least, I request Ms. Huitro Malangambi, Treasurer, ICAMSE 2026, to kindly come to the dais and felicitate our special guest, Professor Y. Rohan Singh, Department of Mathematics, Manipur University, India. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am. Lighting the lamp signified the dispelling of ignorance and the illumination of knowledge. May I now request the honorable dignitaries and a member of organizing committee to kindly proceed with the ceremonial lamp lighting. Thank you, honorable dignitaries. It is now my privilege to invite Dr. Angam Devadadamani, convener of ICAMSE 2026, to deliver the welcome address.
Kurumzari ma'am, respected dignitaries on the dais, the chief guest of today's function, Professor Madan Mohan Tripathi, Director General NELIT, Government of India, the guest of honors, Professor G. Singhaya, Vice Chancellor, BSSR, Vishwavidyalaya, Assam, India, Dr. Sanabam Sujan Singh, Extension Officer, Seismology, Northeastern Council Secretariat, Government of India. The special guest of today's function, Dr. Sandeep Rasmikant Oza, retired scientist and Group Director, ISRO. Professor Manoj Kumar Bhatt, DVT, Distinguished Scientist, former Director, BRIC and CCS Pune. Professor Miroslav Lajan Novakovic, Department of Chemistry, University of Belgrade, Serbia, and Professor Y. Rohan Singh, Department of Mathematics, Manipur University, Imphal, and our beloved Honorable Vice Chancellor, Professor W. Chan Babu Singh, as the President of today's function. Honorable speakers, esteemed delegates, faculty members, researchers, members from the media fraternity, dear students, good morning to you all. It gives me immense pleasure on behalf of the Department of Basic Sciences, Manipur Technical University, to welcome you all to the International Conference on Advances in Multidisciplinary Sciences and Engineering, ICAMSE 2026, which is scheduled from 21st to 23rd January 2026. The Department of Basic Science plays a vital role in strengthening the academic foundation of engineering education through physics, chemistry, mathematics, and biology. Along with quality teaching, our department is actively engaged in research that supports innovation and interdisciplinary development, aligning with the broader mission of Manipur Technical University. So we have a wide range of emerging and impactful research areas in this conference, namely nanomaterials and heterostructure modeling, environmental remediation for air, land, and water, earth observation and climate analytics, biotechnology and applied biological sciences, in application for health, agriculture, and sustainability, medicinal and aromatic plants, and their scientific applications. Last but not the least, advances in mathematical sciences and their engineering applications. ICAMSE 2026 features keynote and plenary talks by leading experts, parallel technical sessions, poster presentations, and awards for base, oral, and poster papers. It also provides valuable networking opportunities and encourages high quality research contributions for publication. I request all the participants to make the best use of this platform by actively engaging in sessions, presenting your work confidently, asking questions, and interacting with experts across all disciplines. Conferences like this are not only for presenting research, but they are also for learning, connecting, and building future collaborations. To our students and young researchers, your participation is very important. Take this opportunity to gain exposure, receive feedback, and develop motivation for future research contributions. I sincerely thank all our guests, dignitaries, speakers, participants, volunteers, including the organizing team members of ICAMSE 2026, and all the media persons for their support and contribution. I hope these 3 days will inspire new ideas, strengthen research collaborations, and lead to impactful outcomes. Once again, I welcome you and wish ICAMSE 2026 a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the warm welcome. May I now request Dr. Morangtham Dinesh Singh, co-convener, to brief us about a 3-day conference program.
Good morning. Before I begin, I would like to warmly greet the respected dignitaries on the dais, our chief guest, Professor Madan Mohan Tripathi, Director General NELIT, Government of India, our President, Professor W. Chan Babu Singh, Vice Chancellor of Manipur Technical University, our guest of honor, Professor Z. Singhai, Vice Chancellor, Virangana Sati Sadani Rajvik Vishwavidyalaya, Assam, India, Dr. Sanabam Suzain Singh, Extension Officer, Seismology, Northeastern Council Secretariat, Government of India. Our special guest, Dr. Sandeep Rashmikant Oza, retired scientist and Group Director, Indian Space Research Organization, Professor Manoj Kumar Bharat, DBT Distinguished Scientist, former Director, BRIC, National Center for Cell Science, NCCS Pune, which is a mentor for me during my postdoctoral studies, Professor Miroslav Lazen Novakovic, Department of Chemistry, University of Belgrade, Serbia, Professor Y. Rohan Singh, Department of Mathematics, Manipur University, Imphal. It is truly an honor to have you all here with us today, and we thank you for your invaluable support. I also want to take this opportunity to thank all of you for being here for this exciting 3-day program. We are thrilled to have participants from across the states of India and also from the globe. And we hope that this event will be an enriching and memorable experience from everyone involved. On day 1, we will start with the inaugural function, where we will hear from our distinguished guest. After that, we will begin the first plenary talks and parallel sessions. These sessions will be organized into 4 main tracks: biological sciences, mathematics, physics, and chemistry. Each track will feature expert speakers who will share their knowledge and research in these fields. Whether you are interested in exploring the world of biological sciences, solving problems in mathematics, understanding the laws of physics, or learning more about the fascinating world of chemistry, there will be something for everyone. We encourage you to attend the sessions that interest you the most and participate in the discussions. In addition to the sessions, we have arranged tea and lunch breaks, which will give you a chance to network with other participants, share ideas, and build connections. Later in the evening, we will have a cultural program which will be a great opportunity to relax and enjoy. The diversity of our communities in Manipur. Manipur is a beautiful land known for its vibrant culture and rich traditions, where diverse communities come together and celebrate life, art, and harmony. Dinner will be followed, providing another chance to connect with others in a more informal setting. On day 2, that is on day 2, we will continue with more plenary talks and parallel sessions across all 4 tracks. In the evening, we will have the Vice Chancellor's Conference Gala Dinner, providing an elegant and festive opportunity for further networking and engagement with fellow participants. On day 3, we will conclude the event with more presentations and discussions. Before we move to the valedictory function, we will have a panel discussion on the topic Artificial Intelligence as a Catalyst for Convergence in Multidisciplinary Sciences and Engineering. This discussion will explore how AI is driving innovation, enabling convergence across diverse disciplines, and shaping the future of science and engineering. The panel will provide valuable insights from experts and thought leaders, encouraging dialogue on the transformative potential of artificial intelligence. The day will end with a valedictory function where we will reflect on everything we have learned and accomplished together. After that, there will be a luncheon, and for those who are interested, we have arranged sightseeing activities to make the most of your time here. Throughout these 3 days, we encourage you to engage in the sessions, ask questions, and share your ideas. This is an excellent opportunity to learn from experts, collaborate with peers, and contribute to the discussions. We hope that by the end of this event, you will leave with new knowledge, valuable connections, and contribute to the discussions. We hope that thank you once again. Actually, I was about to repeat. Thank you once again for being part of the ICAMSE 2026. And we look forward to an enriching and rewarding experience over the next few days. Please enjoy, take a lot of information, and that's it, enjoy.
Thank you, sir, for the comprehensive overview. Now I would like to invite our treasurer, Ms. Hudumalangampi, to highlight the sponsor of ICAMSE 2026. Yes, please.
Respected dignitaries on the dais and everyone present here, good morning to one and all. As the treasurer of ICAMSE 2026, it is my privilege to acknowledge with deep appreciation the generous support of our sponsoring organizations whose vision and encouragement have been central to the successful organization of this international conference. I begin by expressing our sincere gratitude to the Northeastern Council, NEC, whose sustained commitment to academic development, research promotion, and regional capacity building in the Northeastern region has been truly commendable. The Council's focus on region-specific research and sustainable development has played an important role in strengthening higher education and research ecosystems across the region. We are especially honored by the presence of a distinguished member of the NEC with us today, reflecting the Council's active engagement with the academic community. We gratefully acknowledge the Ministry of Earth Sciences, Government of India, for its support in advancing research that deepens our understanding of Earth processes and natural systems. The Ministry's emphasis on climate resilience, environmental monitoring, and sustainability has added meaningful direction and relevance to the deliberations of this conference. Our special appreciation is extended to the ANUSANDHAN National Research Foundation, ANRF, for its forward-looking role in strengthening India's research and innovation ecosystem. By encouraging interdisciplinary research, fostering innovation, and supporting academic excellence, ANRF has substantially enhanced the scholarly quality and national significance of this academic forum. We extend our special thanks to the Council of Scientific and Industrial Research, CSIR, one of India's premier research organizations, for its support and for the confidence it places in this conference as a platform for meaningful scientific actions in collaboration and the translation of research ideas into broader impact. We are equally grateful to the Board of Research in Nuclear Sciences, BRNS, for its support and for viewing this conference as an important forum to encourage rigorous discussion, high-quality research interaction, and the engagement of young researchers with the wider scientific community. We sincerely thank the BABINA group of companies, a distinguished organization in the medical sector, for their support and for recognizing the importance of scientific dialogue in advancing societal well-being. We also place on record our gratitude to Bharat Sansar Nigam Limited, BSNL, whose support highlights the crucial role of communication and digital connectivity in enabling the smooth conduct of an international conference. We are pleased to have a representative from BSNL present with us today. We acknowledge with appreciation the State Bank of India, SBI, for its dependable institutional support and encouragement of initiatives that promote educational and research. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to reaffirm that the support extended by our sponsoring organizations has been utilized with utmost care, transparency, and a strong sense of responsibility. Their trust has not only enabled the smooth conduct of this conference, but has also strengthened our resolve to uphold the highest standards in academic and professional engagement. In closing, I once again express our sincere gratitude to all our sponsors and partners for their invaluable support and encouragement. Their association has added strength, credibility, and purpose to ICAMSE 2026, and we look forward to continued cooperation in our shared pursuit of knowledge and excellence. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, for acknowledging our valuable sponsor. It is now time for the release of conference abstract book. So I request our organizing team to bring the conference abstract book. May I now request the dignitaries on the dais to kindly release the abstract book of ICAMSE 2026. Thank you, honorable dignitaries, for graciously releasing the abstract book. The abstract book can be available in online also. It has been published with International Standard Book, book number, ISBN, and Digital Object Identifier, the DOI. It has been displayed on LED screen. The participants and our respected dignitaries can see by clicking on the link displayed on the LED screen, and it will also be available on a conference website. Thank you. Now it is my privilege to invite our chief guest of today's function, Professor Mandan Mohan Tripathi, Director General NILIT, Government of India, to deliver the keynote address. Sir, please.
Very good morning to all of you. The President of the inaugural session, Professor Chandrababu Singh. The guest of honor, Professor G. Singhaiya, Dr. Jagbir Singh, Dr. Sanbam Sujan Singh. The special guest, Dr. Sandeep R. Ocha, Professor Manoj Kumar Bhatt, Professor Miroslav Novakovic, Professor Y. Rohan Singh, the faculty members of the Manipur Technical University, the students, participants, friends from media. It is my pleasure to be here, and I thank Manipur Technical University for inviting me in the inaugural session of this very important conference, the International Conference on Advances in Multidisciplinary Sciences and Engineering. And this is the need of the hour also. So the collaboration between different disciplines of the sciences and engineering are important for the research outcomes and development of products. As I started my career as a scientist with Institute for Plasma Research, Gandhinagar, under Department of Atomic Energy, which Professor Jha is also working in SAC. And I got an opportunity to work with physicists, so engineers and physicists working together on the tokamak machine, which is a research machine for fusion research, nuclear fusion research. We understand the intricacies and the differences also which between the sciences and engineering. And many times we found that both are not on the same platform. And so to create a product like what I have seen, the tokamak machine, it's a combination of everything. It's a combination of mechanical engineering, plasma physics, chemistry, electronics, computer science, any discipline you take. So any product or any research thing is multidisciplinary. So if you work in silos, a meaningful product will not come up. Even today, if you see the focus of the government of India, and especially my ministry, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology, the whole focus in the last few years is on development of product in the country. People are looking for Indian products because the changing geopolitical scenario is putting a pressure on everyone, every country to be self-dependent in terms of technologies. And if we don't have our products, the money flow is from our country to some different countries. That can be reversed when we have the Indian product. So you can see the program of Government of India like Startup India, Invest India, Make in India programs, and then in our ministry the PLI scheme, the DLI scheme. So government is funding, and recently I have seen such a policy change in Government of India in semiconductor industry. All the manufacturing plants which are coming up in the country, 70% investment is made by the government, which has never happened in the country. So that kind of policy changes government is doing. Why? Just for one reason, that we should be self-dependent in terms of technology, in terms of product, and not only in product in the IT and electronics domain, maybe drugs, pharma products, agriculture products, produces, or space applications or defense technology, anything. The key is having our own technology, indigenous technology, and this can happen only with research in multidisciplinary area. Realizing this, since it's a technical university, I will say that NILET started a deemed to be university this year, and we have taken admission in the first batch. And from the very beginning we have taken a decision that our students will be working on the product development, and we gave a slogan in the university, move from project to product. And that's very important. In the 4 years of undergraduate programs or 2 years of master's program, most of the focus are in the teaching. Focus is less on the hands-on, on the practicals, on the job training, and collaboration with different disciplines is not there. Even in many universities I have seen departments also never talk to each other and don't submit some proposals. My ministry also see when we get the proposals. So this is the key, where every discipline has to work together. For example, Department of Artificial Intelligence and Mathematics has to work together. If you want to develop some really good LLMs for the country and all, without help of the mathematical department, if your computer science department is working, I mean, that is not going to work. Computer science itself is a combination of electronics and philosophy. The computer science stream itself is a combination of philosophy and electronics engineering. So we can't see different disciplines in isolation, and not only sciences, even many finance, management, many humanities program also are important nowadays. When you talk about, now people are talking that you should have the future skills of the critical thinking, design thinking, understanding the concept of design. So, so many disciplines together will come in future, they will work together to create the products. So, when you have chosen very nicely this theme of the conference, I believe that this thought process is now going on in your university also, that every department has to collaborate with each other to design meaningful products, and a student will focus their 4 years not only on the academic programs and courses, but they will also focus on internship programs, intensive internship programs, on-the-job training, more collaboration with industry, very strong academia-industry collaboration. That can only help academic institutions and to build some products or skill your students to a level where they are useful to the industry. So these are the certain key areas where there is a focus. Now little bit I'll talk that some initiatives what we have taken to support it. Recently NILET has launched a digital university platform, and its URL is ndu.digital. This is an amazing AI platform where in 14 important engineering disciplines, 101 courses we have launched. And this is used as a credit course now by many universities. Many universities are adopting these programs as a credit course. And the reason is that all these courses are directly designed by industry. On this portal, we have many programs from Infineon Technologies, Germany, in semiconductor domains. We have programs from Kyndryl in DevSecOps, and like that, programs from Intel, from NVIDIA, and these are the deep skilling program. And interestingly, it's a hands-on platform, not like Coursera and other platforms where you do some theoretical concept and SWAM and all. You can do all the hands-on, the practical sessions online. To help students, this has a semiconductor design program completely based on open source tools, because in any engineering college, you design semiconductor using the few licensed software like from Cadence or Mentor Graphics or Synopsys, and it's very costly. 90% academic discount also costs you 20 lakh rupees, 30 lakh rupees. And in many universities, people don't know how to use it. But so many tools are available in open source, even foundries and everything. So we hired a team from NXP and HCL engineers, and they have established a workflow using the open source tool, and then signed agreement with the Semiconductor Complex Limited in Chandigarh. They have given their PDKs to us. So any student can design a chip on 180 nanometer using the open source tools, and then can be manufactured by Semiconductor Complex Limited to see whether it is silicon proven or not. So we have created this system on online platform. So it's free now. So the kind of money being invested, it is very difficult for a smaller college to buy these licensed softwares and all. And this will also help a lot of startups to come up in the design domain. And maybe in the next 5 to 6 months, NILET will be taping out the first semiconductor chip in India, completely designed using the open source tools. So I encourage the students from M2U also to use this platform. Many of the things are free, government funded. For example, we have a smart lab. You can use, it's free. And we have created 13 courses with ARM, the embedded company ARM, 65 hours 2 credit course, which Manipur Technical University can also adopt as a credit course or more course. And students sitting here can do all the experiments related to IoT, VLSI, embedded systems online. It is as good as you are doing on a physical environment, because the board will be visible on your screen. You can program download the program from remote, and our team is sitting there. They provide you all hardware support. You can switch on and off, fan, light, all those things, and even you can use oscilloscope to test your board. Everything is online. So students should be using it, because creating such infrastructure, will cost a lot of money to the engineering institutions. So it's free under C2S program of the Ministry of Electronics and IT. So certain interventions we are doing where industry is very closely working with us. We have signed MOUs with 160 top industries of the world who are helping us in the development of curriculum. We have invited them to give their curriculum whatever they want. We integrated with our programs. We created scaling programs, certificate programs based on that, and we are investing in the faculty and the lab development. So this is a model which we have adopted, because we are realizing that engineering education in the country has to now move towards more closer towards the industrial uses. And even in AI domain, I have seen there is a panel discussion. NILET has created 28 AI data lab. One is in Manipur also, Imphal. That can be used by any student. And we are going to augment this with around 100 GPUs. And that 100 GPU will be available to any student. And this platform can be used to for you, by you also, to collaborate with the institutes of any institution. And NVIDIA is also going to help to bring even international universities on this platform. So a student from, for example, from Serbia, the student can collaborate with the University of students of MTU also to develop various models, and these GPUs will be available for training and testing the models in. So this kind of research collaboration will be done using this platform. And I believe that during this conference also, when you are interacting with each other, eventually, if some collaboration happens and some joint research program getting initiated and sent for funding to any organization like DBT and MIT, that will be a good outcome. And AI is the last point, that AI is a technology which is all pervasive now. You take any discipline, now AI will be used. So DBT is also contemplating, I think, creating Bio AI hub now. And recently we got a funding for a project, 28 crore for Guwahati in bioinformatics. Some people are also talking yesterday, I was in discussion, that how to map the DNA of the medicinal plants of the Northeast and create a database. So AI is going to play a big role in drug discovery, to space applications, to cyber security, through semiconductors. All these technologies are merging together. If you want to design a sensor, for example, in any experiment, you need a semiconductor to make a good sensor, right? Whatever you do today, cyber security becomes very much important. So anything where data science is very important. So how to handle the data, and handling the data, how to handle it in a very secure way. The data may be related to some human data, or it is related to some other data, or big data. So the world is converging. So I'm very happy that realization is there in the Manipur Technical University, and very apt topic has been chosen. And I believe that in 2 days, the objective you have taken for doing the interdisciplinary research will also culminate in reality in 2 days. Thank you.
Singaya, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Brigana Sandhi Sandhani Rasik, Preswat Vidyalaya, Assam. May I now invite Sir to address the gathering.
Namaskar, dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, invited guests, resource persons, scientists, faculty members, students, ladies and gentlemen, very, very good morning to each and every one of you. At the outset, I express my sincere gratitude to my long-standing friend, Professor W. Chand Babu, for inviting me. I used to visit Manipur many times, and after Corona I could not come. Now he has given me an opportunity to come and see and experience the beauty of people, enlightenment and nature. And also I also felt so happy to interact with our chief guest, Professor Madan Mohan Tripathi ji, who is the Director General of NALET, and all other friends, great scientists from different institutions, and other resource persons. And my name is C. Singaya. I am basically from Andhra University, Andhra Pradesh. I worked in two central universities, Tejpur University and Northeastern Hill University. Right now I am working in a state university, Birangana Sati Sadhani Rajik Vishwavidyalaya. So the earlier two universities are also very general universities, but whereas the Tejpur University, my present university, Birangana Sati Sadhani, is a unitary type university which doesn't have any kind of affiliated colleges. So that way, the present universities also, or earlier two universities are also very general universities. We are not either exclusively for the basic sciences or exclusively for the engineering sciences. We have, presently my university, Birangana Sati Sadhana University, is offering basic disciplines like humanities, basic sciences, social sciences like sociology, political science, economics, social work, etc. And we are also offering sciences like physics, maths, chemistry, engineering like artificial intelligence, machine learning, electronics and communication. We are also offering agriculture sciences, management sciences, medical sciences like BNYS, medical lab technology, physiotherapy, etc., agriculture. We are offering multiple disciplines. So our understanding towards multidisciplinary, advances in multidisciplinary orientation may be different from what other exclusive universities where only either sciences or the engineering is offered. So I being I'm basically a student of management. I have come from Andhra, having worked there around 11 years in a management institute. I have come to Tejpur University. I have seen Northeast is a different ecosystem. Cultural mosaic hai, either natural resources hai, either people dil is a different arena hai. So having seen and started experiencing, I started developing understanding towards the culture, how management and culture of Northeast is interlinked, and how we can see management can be reoriented and understood better way from our own cultural sensitivity perspective. As part of it, I have initiated some research projects, research PhD scholars from different lines. For example, I have also done one research UGC sponsored project, that is a culture driven entrepreneurial motivation, and here Northeast Manipur also I had visited Churchandpur. I had interacted with one Paitei community. They are very, very enterprising. They are all very small in number, but they were all quite enterprising. They have educational institutions, they have restaurants, likewise contractors. They were doing good. Similarly, I had also interacted with some of the cookie community. They were also very culture driven, like weaving enterprises are there. They have a fire coal. Likewise, in different areas, people have started. I have studied in Arunachal Pradesh, Apatani community. They are very quite enterprising. like a Paitai community. So likewise, my understanding towards the multidisciplinary has started the moment I joined in Tejpur University, interacted with the folklore departments. So that way I have started my journey, and I had also some responsibilities. I was a founder head of Department of Management. I was a dean of School of Management, and I was also pro-vice chancellor. So there I had seen how we can really introduce multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary oriented syllabus, etc. Similarly, now in my present university, Birangana Sati Sadhana University, it is a very new university. Academically, we are only 3 years old. What we have been doing is that the multidisciplinary orientation, as per the NEP also they have been emphasizing, what we are doing, we are not offering different disciplines, like one is a course discipline, another one is a multidisciplinary, another one is a another one is like IKS, or another one is a skill-oriented incubation. What we are trying to do is that in each course, we are having a one course, for example, in a management core principles and process of management. What we are trying to do is that the related other disciplines, let it be sociology, let it be political science, let it be humanities, we are trying to incorporate the respective concepts and theories in the respective paper. We are trying to orient them, and we are also trying to connect IKS, Indian knowledge system or indigenous knowledge systems. We have also appropriately in each course subject, we are trying to incorporate respective skills that could be groomed, nurtured among the students, that also we have included. Besides, we are also trying to develop incubation. Ultimately, Atmanirbhara student, Vidyarthi, is the ultimate goal of the, because they must be, once they get a degree, they must be able to confident to survive on their own. Whether they are able to do job as an employee, one should think like entrepreneur, or even as an entrepreneur, he has to think like a entrepreneur. So that way, we are trying to incubation entrepreneurship. We have included throughout the course, whether it is a 5-year integrated program or it is a 2-year PG program or even a research. We are trying to incorporate incubation entrepreneurship from idea generation to the commercialization, further re-improvement of the product. That way we are trying to do. Students, but this is a very beginning. Last 2 years we have been doing after I joined in March 2024. We are trying to integrate advances in multidisciplinary with basic disciplines as well as social sciences, engineering and agriculture science, management, all these areas. We are trying to, not only that, what we have been doing is that we are trying to suppose basic sciences like physics, maths, chemistry, some of the basic concepts and theorems like quantum mechanics, quantum physics, so that are being taught to the even to the humanities students, social science students, management students, so that they are able to integrate, they are able to blend their understand their core areas from those disciplines, so that their vision, their mission in their career, either as a political leader or whether as a bureaucrat, as a teacher, researcher, as a entrepreneur, whatever they are, they must be able to get enlightened, so that they will be able to get the sthita prajna. The ultimate objective of any education is that enlightenment is the need of the transformation. One has to transform oneself. One must be able to transform their society, their institutions. So that is why the very basic philosophy of our new education policy is that students should be able to self-reliance. They must be able, we must be able to instill the spirit of self-reliance among the students, among the teachers, among the researchers. That is the need of the hour. That is why it is only beginning. We cannot say that we are done a great work, we have begun. I hope with the blessings and guidance from all our elders, great leaders in various institutions and industry, we will be able to do that. So now if you look at, you take a student, you take a teacher, you take a researcher, politician, entrepreneur, most of the time what is happening, we are undergoing a dissonance, cognitive dissonance we are experiencing. Array, I have joined in this institution, I have chosen this course, I am not getting satisfaction, I might know whether I will get a job or not, whether what. This kind of a cognitive dissonance, whether it is a teacher, researcher, any in our career, that is happening. Or even a fear, some kind of fear psychosis, lot of negative emotions that are emerging. As I just mentioned, I have come over here, and whether because of my parents' orientation, my teacher orientation, as a management teacher, student having taught and having oriented from multiple disciplines, even as an administrator, as a PVC and Vice Chancellor, I don't follow the rules because today I get some idea, tomorrow immediately I try to implement. Many people say that, अरे भाई आपको pension नहीं मिलेगा, आपको क्या problem आएगा? अरे बोला, अरे देखो, I am doing consciously. When I am doing consciously, there is nothing to worry. You understand? So when I am able to save money, when I am able to create infrastructure that is needed at the cost effective and also quality maintenance, and when we are able to introduce a very professional and job oriented, multidisciplinary oriented courses, nothing to be afraid. There may be criticism. Why? What is more important? We are all having a different roles, especially students tomorrow. You will be the future citizens of this country. What is more important? We need to have a balance of mind. Emotional intelligence is the need of the hour. How do we get emotional intelligence? Just by only meditation we don't get. The orientation from our primary school to the postgraduate, postdoctoral, at our workplace, when we are getting oriented from different disciplines, whether it is a philosophy, whether it is a culture, whether it is a music, whether it is a dance, whether it is a, because Northeast is a, people are relatively, they are very happy. It is mainly because it is a cultural mosaic. Every ethnic group have their own cultural mosaic. They enjoy life. They get satisfied for a simple things. So that is why my humble request to each and every one of you, and including me, let us try to strengthen our spirit of understanding and applying multidisciplinary orientation, not just only, suppose among the social sciences there is a multidisciplinary, that is not enough. Even in humanities, by compared to literature, there is a interdisciplinary, that is not the end. Among the disciplines, engineering, that is not the only thing. We need to go advances in multidisciplinary means we need to blend and integrate the basics, fundamental theories and philosophies of different disciplines. If you are able to do, that is why Harvard, Oxford, some of those universities, why they are able to give a light to across the globe. We all go there and try to learn, because they are trying to reach to that higher order of thought. So that is why multidisciplinary is not just only you teach one side management, other side some other sociology. Usme फिलहाल मेरा नेहू में we have one subject like department master of agribusiness and food technology. There are teachers for the food technology, there are teachers for the agribusiness. They don't know, agribusiness people don't know what is food technology, vice versa. Thereby the program is not able to be successful. Now what we have done, we have separated two courses. The very philosophy of agribusiness and food technology is great, but because the teachers are not able to understand other subjects, they are not able to blend and integrate. Isliye that program could not successful. That is why I really appreciate my good friend Professor Chand Babuji, who has taken initiative and mobilized a lot of sponsors from big organizations, organizing, and this definitely, his objective, his mission, his vision definitely will be materialized, and I request all of you to kindly guide and extend your guidance to my institution. It is also a very budding institution, and we need a lot of support and guidance. With this, I hope let us all work together, and the enlightened philosophy of this multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary, we need to internalize. Many people know, we are following, we are following. There is no internalization. When we internalize our own birthplace, when our own state, our own country, our own culture, this is like a greater phenomena, multidisciplinary, transdisciplinary. We need to internalize and we need to spread a message across the institutions from the basic fundamental class 1 to postdoctoral, that when we are able to spread and strengthen and no boundaries. I may belong to management, I belong to engineering, this is all, forget. Try to integrate everything and make it more universal. Then you will see we all can dream and we all can visualize, we all can get the Akhanda Bharat or Vishwa Guru. How it is possible? Just simply speaking on the dais is not important. At the classroom, at the field, even we are following a rural immersion program. Our students go to the rural areas during vacation. They interact with the people. I have seen the students interacting, the students of class 2, 3, they are able to have some aspirations. I interacted with some students after my students interacted. They are telling, I want to become a police, army, I want to become a scientist, a teacher. It is really very touching, emotional touching, because rural immersion program, experiential learning. We are outside the classroom is more important. Simply making our students, even though it is highly technology-oriented institution, let them go and understand the problems of a common man, a laborer, a small businessman. Let them understand. Come and develop a software. Then you see the music, the fruits of the benefits of such kind of orientation will be different. So that is why my humble request to my young students, try to read beyond your discipline and try to make more of a universal thinking. Definitely our country, originally our Gurukula system is of that kind, and we have been fragmented and there is a division among the different disciplines. Now again we have to reintegrate, reinvent our age-old philosophy, we have to internalize. I hope the seminar of international seminar of this kind, definitely it will stimulate and it will regenerate through resilience. We will able to achieve the basic objectives of this kind of philosophy. Thank you all. Jai Manipur, Jai Bharat, Jai Ahok. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor, for the enlightening and insightful speech. May I now invite Dr. Sanabam Sujin Singh, Extension Officer, Seismology, Northeastern Council Secretary, Government of India, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
Good morning to all the esteemed dignitaries. Respected Professor W. Chandrababu, President of today's international conference, Chief Guest Professor Madan Mohan Tripathi, Director General NILIT, Guest of Honor Professor G. Singhai, Special Guest Dr. Sandeep Rasmikant Oza, Professor Manoj Kumar Bhatt, Professor Miroslav Maljad Novoskiv, Professor Y. Rohan Singh, Manipur University, distinguished resource persons, respected faculty members, researchers, and participants from India and across the world. It's a privilege and a deep concern to join you today at the International Conference on Advances in Multidisciplinary Sciences and Engineering, ICAMSE 2026, here at Manipur Technical University. I extend my sincere appreciation to the Department of Basic Sciences and the organizing committee for inviting me as a guest of honor at this inaugural session. I also congratulate them for their committed efforts in bringing together such a diverse and distinguished gathering of experts. Today I will be brief, as we have listened to different aspects from other experts. in this conference, I feel that it is at a pivotal moment in our scientific and developmental journey. With rapid global changes, technological, environmental, and societal, the need for multidisciplinary approach has never been greater. ICAMSE 2026 stands out from the others because it does not confine itself into a single discipline. Instead, it broadly embraces the interconnectedness of different areas such as advanced materials and nanotechnology, environmental remediation and sustainable technologies, art observation and climate analytics, biotechnology and bioresources, medicinal and aromatic plants, mathematical sciences and data-driven solutions. This breadth reflects a powerful truth that the challenges of our time cannot be solved in silos. Solutions emerge when disciplines intersect, when scientists, engineers, and policymakers collaborate, and when knowledge flows freely across borders and sectors. So coming to the another aspect, that is a representative from Northeastern Council of this conference, I am particularly encouraged by how closely the theme of this ICAMSE 2026 aligned with the developmental priorities of the Northeastern region. As everyone knows here that NER is a region of extraordinarily biodiversity, cultural richness, and untapped scientific potential. Yet it faces equally significant challenges such as the fragile ecosystem, environmental vulnerabilities, water and soil contamination in several areas, frequent natural disasters, the need for sustainable livelihoods. Apart from that, there is also gaps in scientific infrastructure and research capability. In today's session, there are planned for different sessions in this conference, ranging from clean water technologies, nanomaterial modeling, bioremediation, climate resilience, mathematical modeling, and to bio-entrepreneurship, which have direct implications for addressing these regional needs. As an organization, NEC has long recognized that scientific progress must be rooted in the local context and regional aspiration. Our support to ICAMSE 2026 reflects our commitment to strengthening the scientific capability, encouraging innovation, and fostering collaboration with other research institutions into translating research into real-world benefits for communities across the Northeast. Today's presence of eminent resource persons from India and several other countries promises deep insight into the emerging fields. Their contribution in the areas such as phytochemicals and the medicinal plants, energy conversion materials, nanotechnology for environmental cleanup, mathematical foundation for complex system, traditional knowledge, and the modern health science. All this illustrates how science can inspire breakthrough with tangible societal impacts. In the Northeast, where traditional ethnobotanical knowledge is rich, the study of medicinal and aromatic plants is not just an academic pursuit, it is a potential engine for rural income, women empowerment, biodiversity conservation, and health innovation. Similarly, environmental remediation research can guide solutions for arsenic contamination, acid mine drainage, and waste management issues that require immediate scientific attention. I am especially pleased to see the strong participation from students, researchers, and faculties in this conference like ICAMSE 2026. This will provide invaluable opportunities for them for the purpose that our previous speakers has narrated. I encourage participants to engage deeply, ask questions, seek mentors, and use this platform to broaden their academic pursuits and expand their horizon. What sets this conference apart is its emphasis on the long-term knowledge exchange, academia-industry interaction, and international collaboration. The challenges before us, the climate change, environmental sustainability, healthcare, sustainable livelihood through agriculture, require solutions that are scientifically sound, socially relevant, and globally informed. I am confident that today's dialogue that begins here will evolve into lasting partnership between the institutions, between the region, and across the disciplines. As a part of initiative from our organization, I would like to say that IIT Guwahati has initiated Northeast Science Cluster as a hub with partnership with state universities, institute of reputes like NITs in the region, and universities as well, central universities as well, with the objective that they will give the capacity building to the pass out students of BTech and then other technical qualifications, so that they can take up challenges and local problems where they can put their minds together and find a solution to the societal problem. So IIT Guwahati will have MOU with these intended state universities and the institutions, and they will be conducting short-term courses to impart the skill to the participants so that they can start solving the societal problems. Apart from this, in the region we have also high-end infrastructure in MANIPUR Guwahati, which is one of the best institutes in India, having the facilities of good practices laboratory, where there's clean room and all the deep analytical procedures for identifying the phytochemicals for drug discovery. These facilities has been installed there in the MANIPUR Guwahati. So all those participants who are related with medicinal and aromatic plants can also avail such facilities that we have created. I would like to express my heartfelt appreciation to Manipur Technical University, the host team, the organizing committee, and valued sponsors and partners who have made their contribution for making this event possible. I firmly believe that discussions and outcomes of ICAMSE 2026 will significantly contribute to the advancement of knowledge, the strengthening of regional scientific capacity, and promotion of sustainable development across Northeast region and beyond. I extend my best wishes for a highly successful conference filled with meaningful deliberations, enriching interaction, and inspiring innovations. Thank you very much. I wish ICAMSE 2026 a grand success. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for the encouraging and important address. May I now invite Dr. Sandip Rasmikant Uza, retired scientist, Group Director, ISRO, to deliver his address. Please, sir.
These are something which I am going to use while my discussion. I will not say speech or address. So, respected dignitaries on dais, chief guests, and my fellow speakers, researchers, participants, faculties, students, and supportive staff. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, sir. Very good. Thank you. So, first of all, let me commend the organization, particularly this MTU and university plus state government staff, sponsors to organize such multidisciplinary conference. We are here crossing the state boundaries, national boundaries, and discipline. That itself is one of the success, that tells one of the success of this conference, how we trust on the outcome, right? So, if I have to say what I will convey, let me understand. Okay, I am not going to convey anything. I am here to understand something from this gathering. And for that, let me take an example of recently we have launched NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar, NISAR. ISRO has launched few months back. So let me discuss with that example. Okay, that was a NASA ISRO joint mission. So first, 2 countries, 2 organizations. I think Genesis was in 2013, maybe. So first joint NASA ISRO scientists met and started discussion. So that is the first interaction between 2 different kind of teams. Why? Because they are more science oriented, ISRO is more application oriented. So how to converge, how to be on same page. So that was a discussion, try to understand each other. Then in that I was ISRO lead, joint science team, I was ISRO lead for cryosphere theme. So in the first meeting, I was ready with all those things, what we need or what kind of configuration we should have for cryosphere. Good. But then there was a solid state, solid earth people were there, matlab geology, geophysics, agriculture, ecosystem, weather, all different disciplines were there, and they all want their configuration. So first we have to decide what should be the optimum. For that, I need to understand their requirement, they need to understand my requirement. So that is how this discussion evolved. What is the key takeaway from this is, when a cross-disciplinary or multidisciplinary gathering is there with the same goal, we will definitely update our knowledge. We are going to gain, not we are going to lost. Okay, so these could be the idea behind this multidisciplinary conference. Okay, so now uh, let me come back to again satellite. Okay, eye in the sky. So what I will briefly touch upon, from eye, from sky to what we can see, means what I can see from the sky to I can see, or we can see from the eye nearby, if we are nearing to say our Imphal. Briefly touch upon. Okay, so when we are looking from the sky, means we should have a satellite. Okay, means it should be in some orbit. So astronomy, it is related with astrophysics also. All physics part is there, mathematics part is there. We have to launch a satellite. So all the technology, either it is a mechanical, electrical, electronics, communication, because we are transferring the data also. Okay, then how to process it? So computing part. Then we are having enormous data. Can we see data one by one? Nowadays it seems it is impossible. So we should have some artificial intelligence, ML kind of thing, to dig out the hidden patterns from this data. So all those things is the example from eye looking from the sky. Okay, so now what I can see from ground. Everybody of you might be knowing this rare species we are finding in our within our Loktak lake. Okay, ecosystem is there. How to preserve that ecosystem? Means again hydrological modeling. What are the changes we are observing, say last decade? So satellite data will be there. Hydrology background, physics background, mathematics background. So you name it. And socio-economic part, how we can forget? So it is a multidisciplinary. When we would like to preserve a ecosystem, it is a multidisciplinary approach. Nowhere on the earth one part is isolated from the another part. It is directly connected or indirectly connected. Even Antarctica is also not isolated from tropics. It is getting affected by the tropics, and tropics is also gaining or getting affected from the Antarctica. The summary is, yes, we are having a good opportunity to interact with multidisciplinary participants. Don't restrict yourself to your topic only. Okay, try to understand how that other person is presenting their ideas. What student what they will get? Student will get the idea to dream, what they can dream. What researcher will gain? How to present the same idea into different perspectives. Okay, and across the discipline part, researchers, they will try to know, okay, I am having the same topic, he is also same topic, but for both objective is different. Sometimes might be 180-degree different. So how to, is there any trade-off between these two? So student, researchers, and now faculties and teachers, after all they are going to provide the guidance to the students and future research, present researchers and future experts. So they will get more ideas, the requirement from the students. Okay, I have started with students, so please keep in mind I have started with students. Okay, so students, then researchers, then teachers, they will get more idea how to, what kind of say topics they can address in future for guiding students to fill the gap area. Teachers. Now, what organization will get from this is, okay, so this is the outcome from this work conference. How it can be improved next time. That will be decided by the success part. This 138 or say 140 abstract, that itself is one of the indication that yes, number of researchers and number of presenters are with a good number, it is there. So that part is there. Now, this is an event, na? After all, this is an event. So event management part is also there for that, scientific side and management side. President is there, convener is there, patron is there. So all starting from student, researchers, teachers, organizers, and all these staffs, they will also, logistics staff, they will also come to know, okay, this was the mistake, how to recover or how to improve next time. You just see everything is technology. Nothing is independent of technology, boss. Cameras, okay, transmission, everything is related with technology part. So if you see here itself, it is a not only multidisciplinary subject, it is a I will say, technological part is also there. Okay, solar district. And now, from that, you will, maybe after some times, you might have established yourself as an expert. Means, I will not say we have established, we are labeled as an expert. Others I think, okay, they are having some knowledge. So what those experts will get from this? Again, student, what they are dreaming. Okay. So if their dreams are this, how I can tune myself so that I can fulfill those dreams. So starting from student and come back to student. This is the, I think I'm visualizing what we are going to get after 3 days. When we'll go back from this, it is not the end of the success of this conference, because we are going to definitely interact with our fellow speakers or say experts, fellow researchers, fellow participants. Who knows, for particularly students and researchers, who knows that in future you might be supporting each other. Destiny, they will decide the future. But only the thing is, with full dedication, try to do your research work, try to contribute as much as you can contribute in this symposium. Sometimes by adjusting yourself to the situation also, you are trying to help the organizing this symposium. So with these few words, from eye to sky to what we can see from ground, I can see from the ground. Okay. With this simple my discussion, I again just convey with bottom of my heart that yes, I am privileged to be at this place, and I am honored to be on this dais while inaugural function. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable insight. May I now invite Professor Manoj Kumar Bharat, DBT, Distinguished Scientist, former Director, BRIC, NNCCS, Pune, to address the gathering. Please, sir.
Okay. Honorable experts and leaders on the dais, my colleagues, students, and dear friends. Well, I think I'm conscious of time, so because by time I should have finished, but so we are running late. So what I would start with, thank the organizers for giving an opportunity to be here. And it is just because of this gentleman who is sitting in front of me and taking picture that I'm here today. And this is my first visit to Imphal. Now, I will start with something personal. I mean that, we know why we are here. Personal in the sense, I am a mentor for a PhD students. I'm a scientist. I mean that, and I have had opportunity to guide at least 23 PhD students in my life, so far till I retired. And I had 2 students from Manipur. Dinesh, he was my RA, and there is Shamanand, Maingmam. He did PhD under me. At present, he's in Buffalo, New York. And since I have seen a spectrum of students across the country, and I was a dean of the organization also in my time, one thing I can vouch for it, I mean, that should be proud moment for all Manipuri students, they are the honest, sincere workers. Trust me, in my lab, I mean, there is not even a single incidence of mine remembering that they have not done what they should do or how they should behave. Fantastic. So I should give credit to the culture of Manipur. I mean, the honesty, sincerity, and hard working is something which is imbibed in their genetic makeup. We may do whatever data analysis we find out, but however, we will not be able to find out what are the epigenetic changes to attain that. And I wish all can attain that. It's impossible. So whatever science we do, we will not be able to find out how the sincerity is maintained by Manipuri students, at least what I see. So that's something great to the culture. Now coming to what this conference is about, and before I go to that, let me tell you, I'm a basic researcher. I started a career as a physics chemist in mathematics, indulged into biochemistry and worked on snake venoms, dived into endocrinology to think about biology, started my own research group in diabetes, cancer, metabolic disorders. And during this process, we have explored extensively on scientific challenges, issues, and scientific topics of your interest. We could only achieve what my students could deliver. I can think of anything, but if the student cannot deliver anything, I cannot do anything. So trust me, scientific might of a scientist only depends on what the student can deliver, nothing else. We can think of anything, but somebody has to deliver, it's student. So I must only say to students is, guide is there to guide, but you are supposed to prove the guide is right. And therefore, then only the science can progress. Now, I have had opportunity to lead many friends, starting from scientist to dean to director, and now a distinguished scientist, and I have opportunity to be associated in many scientific platforms. We can talk, but I think it's important to understand what are we trying to do. We always think of big. I have been hearing about medicinal plants, phytochemistry, bioflora, fauna, conserving ecosystem. But we have to take small steps. And we have to take a focused step. And these steps somewhere have to be said that my next step is not going right direction. I need to go either backward or stop taking that step. Then only we can move forward. So what I find in achieving scientific expert or scientific domain or one should be able to assess himself or herself how far he or she can go into that project and how far she should drag on to that. So I personally feel scientific projects, either whether it is a single man driven or a collective effort, some place has to be thought about that shall we stop it now or shall we change our track? Otherwise, will we keep thinking about we have this to deliver and we have that to deliver. So exit policy for projects is a very important thing. Now, yes, we know scientists work in silos, but don't forget that silos have generated this information which has created a database. Okay, so silos was okay for a specific scientific problem, but to look for a global or a bigger problem, you cannot work in silos because it is not one man's game to deliver a thing which is of physiological relevance. See, what I also believe is, whatever we try to do in scientific community, whether it is through high data, scientific intervention or discovery, it is for physiological significance, right? It should be physiologically relevant, that item, whatever it is. Whatever you discover, if it doesn't have physiological impact in helping us, it doesn't go anywhere. whether it's a new product, whether it's a new item, whether it's a new drug. So I think essence for doing something, what all of us feel that we should do something, has to be thought about very carefully. Exploration is not a challenge. Exploration should be tried, but somewhere you should say, I cannot explore beyond this, I cannot do this. Collectively, efforts are needed to deliver. Single man cannot deliver anything. Even a chief minister needs a team to deliver how to run a government and ministry. So is scientific deliverable. So, data has been generated. If you come to biological sciences, now what is initially used to do is we used to do single experiments, single assays. Now we rely on multi-omics and multiple platforms. I'm sure many of you might have not heard about omics, high data generation, experiments. During COVID, you must have heard INSACOG, sequencing, genome sequencing. They generate data, but somebody has to analyze the data. So science relies now on screening of high data, evaluating your need from that data, and then pursuing further to deliver something else. The two platforms which have been in biology been very useful is AI generated predictive models, AI generated scannings, or prediction of biomarker developments, protein structural predictions, development of drugs. These have been dramatically facilitated by intervention of mathematics and physics to the biology. Now mathematics has gone deep into biology. Physics has gone deeper. Chemistry was always there, because before biotechnology came, it was biochemistry actually. So therefore, biology is an integration of many domains, and it's always an integrated part. But however, sometimes we work separately. Now, I will only tell one thing last is, we talk about science very loosely. I know it stands for a big meaning. If you see what science word stands for, if you start, S is searching, I is in, N is natural, E is evolutionary, C is cosmic, environment. So as a scientist, you can search for anything you want. Right? So you should decide what you want to search. One more issue which comes up in scientific thing is, can we do in our lab or in neighbor's lab? If we cannot do, then we better find a place where we can do before we even start thinking about scientific problems. Trust me, Government of India has been funding many programs. There's a DBT Sahaj program, there's a DBT Builder program. I think Manipur University has one of these programs where multiple institutions come together and build up the biology labs. These are on DBT portal. Bio-E3 policy, I think many of you have heard already. It's a challenge. It's been sort of a government's thrust, which will be responsible for generating $5 trillion economy now. So if you go to look at DBT's website, there are enough ample programs which can be applied to build up your infrastructure. So eventually, collaboration is the way forward, but thinking a wise way is going to be fruitful collaborative. Collaboration has to start from basics. There is two types of collaboration. One is you start from problem solving. There is something collaboration where you need solution for a problem which you already in, right? So you have to decide what collaborative problem you want to deal with or address it, and then go for collaborative work. Biology cannot be done single-handedly now. Therefore, I would request all of you who are interested in any biological aspects. Now AI can generate, you can pose a question to AI, they will give you a write-up actually. You challenge AI with anything what you want to think about biology, whether you want to use physics, chemistry, they will generate an answer for you. and you validate an answer. So for young researchers, please think what you want to do, but don't limit your thinking and keep pursuing your dreams and find right partners. So with this, I'll stop here. I will let organizers take over, and thank you very much for all the comfort organizers have given us. First trip, fantastic. I'm very happy here. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor, for your important and valuable message. May I now invite Professor Miroslav Lenjen-Novakovic, Department of Chemistry, University of Belgrade, Serbia, to deliver his address. Please, sir.
Dear hosts, respected colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to be here, to be part of this beautiful conference. You have already heard what is the importance of such a multidisciplinary conferences in any process in nature or in some organism. You have always not only chemistry, but also, of course, biology, physics, and all of them are inventor of a very precise calendar. So when I got an invitation from my colleague Swapna Nyongaba, I was very happy. We met for the first time in Japan doing our postdocs, supervision of Professor Yoshinori Asakawa, a famous phytochemist who should be here, but he has some health problems and he will not be here. He was several times the president of Phytochemical Society of Asia, and he learned us a lot on our postdoc studies there. So again, I'm very happy to be here. I wish you a successful conference and good luck. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. May I now invite Professor Yunam Rohan Singh, Department of Mathematics, Manipur University, to deliver his address.
Good morning, everybody. Respected Vice Chancellor of Manipur Technical University and the Dhanamanjuri University, dignitaries on the dais and of the dais, faculty members, staffs of MTU, and participants. It is a great privilege for me to give us an opportunity by the organizing committee. First of all, I would like to say that the faculty members and staffs of Manipur Technical University are very lucky because you have a dynamic and visionary Vice Chancellor, and then under the guidance of new Vice Chancellor, the university will prosper in a big high. And regarding regarding this conference, the title itself is on advances in multidisciplinary science and engineering also there. As a faculty, I think all of us know we are bound to do teaching, research, and the extension. And every faculty are doing well in teaching, I think. Research also definitely. But with the theme of the conference, we have to think for the multidisciplinary research. And in this regard, as a faculty of mathematics, what I want to say is that we faculty of mathematics can help many other faculties in other subjects. See, most of the people, maybe in engineering or science, definitely they will use differential equations and the analysis part. And that will be from mathematics. And if we are thinking that I am from algebra, and I am from a real analysis, and I am from differential equation, then I have nothing to do with other subject. Then we will be untouchable. At the beginning of my research also, basically I am from functional analysis, and mainly it is from linear algebra and the real analysis. And if at the beginning I think my topic is pure mathematics, and then I cannot do anything about the applied mathematics and other thing. But now I start thinking that without any part of the application, my work seems to be incomplete, and we should work on it, I think. And most of the subjects will definitely require mathematics, and even for biological subjects also. See, as a trend in our state, many who are going for the medical sciences, they seems to neglect mathematics from the very beginning, even from the 12th standard. But now competition is very high, and then in order to get high mark in physics, they have to know mathematics. And my research topic itself also, now it starts something connected with biological sciences. I didn't expect this earlier, but now it started connection, because I'm generating some fractals which resembles with the biomorphs. They are very much with the life sciences. And then another thing, for my topic also, now I'm going to generate fractals, beautiful, beautiful fractals that can be used in textile industry. In this way, we can think what are the things we can go. And as a mathematician, I want to express to all mathematics faculty is that we can see for other subjects what they are doing, what they require. That thing we can provide so that we can work together. And as an extension, what we can think is that we are thinking only for teaching, for degrees. And we can go to society, what people in society are doing, what they require. This is for general, for all faculty. What I want to say is that, see, there are many people in the society. Most of the people in Manipur, we are using dry fishes very commonly. And how dry fishes are processed? Actually, most of the people are processing in the traditional way. That may not be hygienic, and that may not be good for the health also. That we can change the technology. That technology we can give, and we can train to the local people so that they can develop. And not only that, also there are many people around us, maybe skilled or unskilled. Say, many mysteries are there, laborers are there. They are working with their own way. For them also we can go for some technology so that their work can be improved. And I think with this way we can do a lot of things. And now my last request is that we should not confine to teaching only. We have to think for the research with other subjects, and we have to go to the society for the development of the society. And if we do this, then definitely we will get the fruit. And this is my humble request to all the faculty members. And then I hope the conference will be grand success. And this conference, I think it is the first time in MTU. And then more and more conference will come up in the coming years. With these few words, I want to stop here. Thank you all.
Thank you, Professor, for the enlightening message. May I now invite the President of this function, Professor W. Chandbabu Singh, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur Technical University, to deliver his presidential address. Please, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Dignitaries on the dais, Professor M.M. Tripathi, the Director General of NAILIT, New Delhi, and also the Vice Chancellor of the NAILIT University, and I guess Chief Guest of this program, Professor G. Singaya, all-time friend, at the same time Vice Chancellor of Assam State University called Birangana Sati Sadhani Rajapik Vishwavidyalaya, Dr. Jagbir Singh, Dr. Sanabam Sujain, Dr. Sandeep Rasmikant Oza, Professor Manoj, and Professor Rohend. Again, we have our friend from Serbia, Professor Miroslav, and all other distinguished invitees, guests, and participants, delegates. I wish this conference a grand success, and thanks for visiting Manipur Technical University and attending this grand conference. Well, you know, let me just highlight this little bit about Manipur Technical University. I will not speak much on the theme because we have many distinguished speakers for this particular conference coming and joining from across the globe and also from within India, and this will be a very good interaction. At present, the university is offering 6 programs plus one more that is in PhD in 8 different streams of studies. PhD program was started only in the month of December 2025, and the enrollment process is getting over very soon, and the session will be starting for their coursework. University is hardly 10 years old. In the year 2016 it was established, and it is coming up. We are basically running the university from the campus of the Manipur Polytechnic College, not from our own permanent campus. The permanent campus is around 10 kilometers from here, and we are planning to establish that as a permanent campus. It may take some time, but I believe the university has a very young team of dynamic faculty members, around 70 of them, and they are working very hard for building this university. I came here in this university in the month of August 2025. It's quite new and not much aware about what had happened earlier and how this is going to progress. But I'm committed that this university is going to flourish very well. By the end of this year, university will be having around 20 different programs. This is what I feel, because we are going to start the postgraduate program in all the departments of engineering, plus in the basic science and humanities, and also in technology area. We are going to launch another 5 more master program in the basic science area, 3 more postgraduate programs, and in humanities, another 3 more programs. This is in the pipeline. Along with that, university is seriously thinking for introducing 2 different postgraduate diploma programs. One is postgraduate diploma in semiconductor, another one is postgraduate diploma in big data science. And this is in the pipeline. We'll definitely do this exercise. At the same time, PhD program in all these streams of studies we are planning to take off. Otherwise also PhD program under 8 different departments we had already started. And with that, university is expecting to have around 27 different programs by the end of this year. And we pray to the Almighty to make it fulfilled. University is driving with that mindset of strategy based on needs and requirements, not on the basis of the strategy on resources available to the university. And our focus is not on resource base, our focus is on need base, our focus is on the global market. And for that purpose, university is working and functioning on today's time. We have set the R&D policy and it is in full function. We are talking all about the internationalization of the university, and for that purpose, we have taken up very much strong collaborative efforts. We recently visited in the month of December, we visited Suwannrusit University. We signed an MOU with them, and we are planning to go for twinning degree program. At the same time, adjunct faculty concept has taken off, and on yesterday's board of management meeting, we have decided to have the adjunct faculty concepts and a scheme in the university itself. And that is a drastic initiative, and that university has taken up yesterday. And through that, lot of international faculty members will be present in our university campus, and in our website also will be able to see how many international faculty members are presently linked with our Manipur Technical University. We have opened one publication division, and a research journal is coming very soon. And for that purpose, we are planning to go for application to ISSN headquarters for supporting us and granting us this ISSN number. Multidisciplinary concept of education, we are trying to incorporate it, and very much we will be able to come up in that line, and introducing more number of programs, more number of courses, and integration of humanities, social science, basic sciences, and engineering. And all these things will be available, and will be able to see in our university campus itself. And this is how things are happening. At the same time, in the last academic council meeting that took place in the month of November 2025, after I joined out here, we have decided to open this bioscience department and pharmaceuticals and biomedical engineering in the Manipur Technical University. And with this as a new addition in this new arena of research and stream of studies, university will be one of the pioneer technical university in the whole northeastern region of India. This is what we are expecting. When we come to this international conference on advances in multidisciplinary science and engineering, the timing of this conference is very relevant, keeping in mind what things are happening outside it is not known, keeping in mind the requirements and the focus of the university. Because we are talking today integration of basic science in humanities, integration of basic science with engineering, and integration of basic science with other upcoming requirements of the present day industrial market. You know, today what happened, most of the skills we are imparting today may be irrelevant after few years of, after some time, because technology is shifting so fast. Mindsets are changing, our expected requirements are changing, products are customizing. Okay, demands are more and more customized. I need something and I have to get it. You need something and you have to get it. I need a specific dish and I should get it. That kind of customization is available all across the world. And this may be in terms of technology, this may be in terms of customer service, this may be in terms of the quality of the product which we are looking for. And that sort of requirements we need to address very well. And for that purpose, university need to work very seriously. And when we try to provide and deliver that type of customized requirements, products, services, what happened? We need to look from a completely holistic perspectives, where the integration of knowledge from the field of engineering, from the field of technology, from the field of sciences, humanities, and social sciences need to coexist in a particular ecosystem. And based on that, this conference is extremely relevant. More than 140 papers are submitted for this particular conference. It means large number of researchers are interested to act and work in this stream of studies which we talk all about is multidisciplinary education, that is imparting knowledge from the perspective of holistic and multidisciplinary concept and perspectives. I once again congratulate the department for organizing this conference and pray to God that the Almighty will provide the maximum peace and learning to all our delegates who have come for this conference. I also request all our learned delegates and invitees coming from other states and from outside the country to stay happily and interact with our local delegates and the fellow friends, research scholars and the faculty members, and give them a proper mentorship for building their own respective field of knowledge and this institution. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Professor, for inspiring and encouraging words. To conclude our inaugural session, may I now invite our organizing secretary, Dr. Thokjom Sarojit Singh, to propose the vote of thanks. Sir, please.
Good afternoon, one and all. Respected Chief Guest, President, Honorable Guests, special invitees on the dais, esteemed delegates, faculty members, research scholars, students, ladies and gentlemen. On the behalf of the organizing committee of the International Conference on Advances in Multidisciplinary Sciences and Engineering, ICAMSE 2026, it is my profound privilege and honor to propose the vote of thanks on this auspicious inaugural session. First and foremost, I express my deepest sense of gratitude to our chief guest, Professor Madan Mohan Tripathi, Director General, NELIT, for kindly accepting our invitation and for gracing this inaugural with your august presence. Your inspiring address has truly set the tone for the conference and motivated all of us to pursue the excellence in disciplinary research. So I extend sincere thanks to our special guests and distinguished dignitaries on the dais for valuable presence and encouragement and insightful words. Your support and guidance are a great source of inspiration to the academic and research community. So I would like to place on record our heartfelt appreciation to the Vice Chancellor, Professor W. Chanbabu, Manipur Technical University, for his visionary leadership and constant encouragement and wholehearted support in organizing this international conference. I also sincerely thank the Registrar, Sri Ramananda Nomaikapam, and the Chief Finance Officer, Dr. K.H. Imokanta Singh, for their cooperation and administrative support. So my special thanks goes to all the invited speakers, session chairs, resource persons who have agreed to share their expertise and research insights in reaching the academic deliberations of ICAMSE 2026. I gratefully acknowledge the enthusiastic participation of researchers, academicians, and delegates from various institutions, organizations, both national and international. Your presence has truly given this conference and its international character. So I would like to appreciate tireless efforts of organizing committee, advisory committee, technical committee, and faculty members, research scholars, and student volunteers of the Department of Basic Science, Manipur Technical University, whose dedication and teamwork have made this event possible. Finally, we are immensely grateful to our generous sponsors, like partners, Northeastern Council, NEC, Ministry of Art Science, ANRF, BNRS, SBI, BSNL, BABINA. Your belief in our vision and your tangible support made this gathering possible. Thank you for investing in this community and its conversations. We also extend our appreciation to the media personnel for covering this event and to the hospitality and support staff of this venue of ensuring everything proceeded seamlessly. As we conclude, let me recall the timeless thought: every great dream begins with a dreamer. Today we are not the dreamers, we are the doers, celebrating that we have achieved together. A grand event like this does not happen by chance. It is the result of months of meticulous planning and tireless effort to the entire organizing committee and our dedicated volunteers and unseen architects and warriors. From coordinating schedule to the managing logistics, and from registration desks to ensuring the technology worked flawlessly. Your attention to detail has been nothing the sort of heroic. This inaugural is not an end but a glorious beginning. Let us carry forward the energy and hope of this day as we write the first chapter of a remarkable new story. With this word, I once again extend my sincere thanks to everyone who has contributed directly or indirectly to the success of this inaugural celebration. I wish ICAMSE 2026 a very success and hope that deliberations during the conference will lead to the meaningful academic collaborations and impactful research outcomes. Thank you. Jai Bharat.
Thank you, sir. We now request all dignitaries on the dais to kindly remain for the follow session. And I would also like to request all the distinguished guests sitting with the audience and organizing team and participant to join for the follow session. And lastly, with the organizing team, thank you once again to all the esteemed dignitaries, guests, and participants for being part of this inaugural session. And the program will continue with the plenary talk session, which will be led by our chairman, ICAMSE 2026, Dr. Ningomba Swapana. We wish you a productive and encouraging day ahead. Thank you. So I request all the organizing team to please come to the dais. Organizing team for the photo session. And distinguished guests sitting with the audience, please, I request sir to please, honorable professor to please come to the dais for photo session. Distinguished guests sitting with the audience and faculties of Manipur Technical University, please come to the dais for photo session. That's the end of the first inaugural session. I request the organizing team to stay back, and I will take one more photo with the respected dignitaries on the dais. Organizing team, all the organizing team, please be on the dais. Organizing team, I repeat, organizing team of ICAMSE 2026, come to the dais. We'll have one last photo session with the respected dignitaries.
Yes, yes.
Announcement to the participant and distinguished guests. We will continue with the plenary talk session, which will be led by our chairman, ICAMSE 26, Dr. Nimwamba Swapana. So I request ma'am to take the charge.
Honorable Vice Chancellor, Manipur Technical University and Dhannamanjuri University, Professor W. Chanbabu Singh Sir, distinguished guests, respected delegates, respected Chief Finance Officer of Manipur Technical University, Sir Imukanta Singh, I'm seeing our register, Sir, respected Sir Register, Sri Ramananda Nomikapam Sir, my dear colleagues, students, print and electronic media, a very warm good afternoon to one and all. So we are now ready to begin the plenary session. I kindly request everyone to be seated and join us for the session. May I now respectfully invite Professor Laitonjam Warjit Singh, our esteemed chairperson for today's session, to please come up to the dais and assume the chair, sir. We are honored to have you preside over this session. Please, sir, please. Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure and honor to have Professor Laitonjam Warjit Singh with us today. May I now request Dr. Angom Devadatta Mani Singh to kindly felicitate Professor Warjit Singh with token of love and appreciation. Sir, if you are here, please do the felicitation. Thank you. Now I request Professor Warjit Singh to kindly accept our token of love and appreciation, sir. Professor Warjit Singh is a distinguished professor of chemistry and former director of research and development of Manipur Technical University, specializing in synthetic organic chemistry and natural product chemistry. Sir is a CSIR awardee, JRF, SRF, and research associate, and a Commonwealth Fellow with extensive international research experience in UK and Europe. Sir has an outstanding research record with numerous publications, granted patents, and completed many innumerable research projects funded by both national and international agencies. A renowned academician and mentor, Sir has guided 25 PhD scholars, and I am proud to be one amongst them. Sir has delivered invited lectures and keynote addresses across India and abroad. His contributions to green chemistry, heterocyclic synthesis, natural antioxidants, and medicinal plant research have earned him wide recognition worldwide in scientific community. Now, the first plenary talk will be delivered by Professor DHC Yoshinori Asikawa. Sir is also my postdoc guide, and I'm honored to be in front of my mentors here today. But he was about to be present physically during this conference, and he had some ailments, so he could not come to Imphal. He will be joining us online for this session. May I now request Professor DIC Yoshinori Asakawa to kindly join us for the plenary talk using the Google Meet. So let us wait for him to join. He is already in the platform. We will wait for some 1 or 2 minutes for that. I request the technical teams to kindly share his presentation.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, I'm hearing you.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Your talk is now.
Hello.
I request Professor.
Sir, you are audible. Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Sir, you are audible.
Yes, yes.
Sir,
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
So now I start.
Yeah, just I want to give a little introduction about you, sir. Please wait for 2 minutes, sir.
Okay, please.
Sir, I request Professor Warjit Singh to kindly introduce sir to everybody. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shapana Ningombam, Chairman of the Organizing Committee, and all my colleagues, invitees,
Hello.
secretaries. So first, I have to.
Hello.
Hello. I have to share two plenary talks. One will be given by.
Hello. Okay.
Hello. So first, I want to introduce Professor Yoshinori Asakawa. He is an internationally renowned natural product chemist and currently serves as Professor and Director of the Institute of Pharmacology, Tokushinha Bunri University, TBU, Japan. He obtained his PhD from Hiroshima University and postdoctoral research at Université Louis Pasteur, France. Professor Asakawa is a world authority in phytochemistry, essential oils, terpenes, biology, pharmacology. He has received numerous prestigious international honors, including the International Phytochemistry Prize, UK, the Gucci International Peace Prize, Gerald Branden Natural Product Chemistry Award, USA, and the ICEO Medal 2024, among many others. He is President of Phytochemical Society of Asia and President of the Japanese Biological Society. He has published 714 original papers, 14 reviews, written 48 books, and one more book in pipeline. Delivered plenary and invited lectures in 52 countries and guided by 59 postdoctorates. With these few words, I would like to invite Professor Asakawa to deliver his plenary lecture. Thank you. Please.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We can hear you. You are audible.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. You are audible.
All right. Good afternoon, distinguished guests and ladies and gentlemen.
Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you very much for a very kind introduction. And I'm very honored and privileged to have been invited by Dr. Swanappa, who worked here in Tokushinha University of Hiroshiga, already had to publish many papers and published a paper in the international journal as well as international conference presented in our university 10 years ago. So anyway, thank you so much for your very kind invitation, and then gave me the opportunity to present it. Today is a very short story anyway.
Welcome, sir.
Since almost 6 years, we were continuing to study the verified chemistry, particularly white chemistry of liverworts. As the chairperson presented our records of 740 papers of the liverwort chemistries, constituents, and biosynthesis, and bioactivity and chemosynthetics and chemical phylogeny, and still continue to work with our postdocs. Still we have 2 postdocs now. after COVID, it is impossible to invite the postdoc from the foreign countries. The bryophytes, particularly the rivers, are very tiny plants, and it's quite difficult to collect a large amount of the species. And also it is quite difficult to identify each species under microscope, even in microscope anyway. So one of the reasons why the bryophytes, including liverworts and homeworts, are neglected for a very long time from viewpoint of phytochemistry, because people believe that such a tiny plant are not used as a food diet. Since 1972, I started to work phytochemistry, phytochemicals, well, secondary metabolites of particularly liverworts. Because liverworts contains the oil bodies, as later I show you. But before that, where we can collect, we can find the endemic genus in the world widely. The liverworts grow on the rock, wet rock, and dry rock, even concrete, or even river and lake. And however, here, this map showed you the distribution of the endemic bryophytes totally here, including India, Malaysia, Indonesia, Japan. This is one part of the big the rich source of the bryophytes, and also southern hemisphere, including Argentina, Peru, Chile, and also important island is the New Zealand. I show you a huge liverworts morphological feature here. This is not algae, this is liverworts. This is also liverworts, which contains the very beautiful oil body under microscope here, you can see here. And then it is very easy to extract the organic solvents to give us a large amount of the crude extracts, which is firstly analyzed the classical method by TLC. You can see here there's so many interesting spots on TLC plates. So you can imagine such a very small plants, but chemical diversity will be very great. So this is one of the conclusions of the chemical features of liverworts. Most of the terpenes isolated from the liverworts are enantiomers. That is so important chemical features, features of those found in higher plants. This is the point. Some species produce both enantiomers, and some of the different species, different species in the same genus produce the enantiomer, noma, or its enantiomers. Sapana produce left-hand compound. Ayasakawa produce right-hand compound, exactly the same structures. This is the point. This is the one of the monoterpene hydrocarbon, of course, hydrocarbon as well as the hydrocarbon, not hydrocarbon, this is the ester as well as the aldehyde. It's a very small molecules of monoterpenes. The volatile components, of course, essential is very easy to collect or isolate from the, obtained from the liverworts. And there are many volatile components inside in the crude extracts. On the other hand, we have so many sesquiterpenes or diterpenes. Those are also enantiomers, those found in higher plants. And we have already isolated 500 new products from the liverworts, including 50 to 70 new skeletons. And this shows our data of biological activity of each isolated compound very carefully worked since 1972. I was still working here. Because dermatitis, when you touch some liverworts, you have the very bad disease, agricultural dermatitis. You should go to the hospital for 3 months or even 6 months in the hospitalization necessary. That is a very bad liverwort, on the drug, that is a Furania species, cytotoxic and anti-tumor activity, antimicrobial and fungal activity, and as well as viral activity, mass relaxation, antioxidant, and the annual production inhibit activity, and anti-malaria activity, and HIV, and obesity, and also insecticide, and this is nemesis activity, and peanut activity, and subox and ion radical inhibit activity and neutrophilic activity, etc., etc. Today, I will quickly presented our small data on the slide. That is very pungent. When you cut here and to chew it, it made a very hot taste feeling in your tongue. That is Orgodiol. And this is also very pungent. That is sesquiterpene, not. This is diterpene dialdehyde. This is sesquiterpene plus 5 more carbon atoms, isoprene units. So this is diterpene. This is a new natural product, so that I noted that saccharotol. We have 3,000 prodigal species in the world widely, and especially South America. You can find that type of liverworts. When you chew it, too hot, impossible to eat, to taste any other food. So what is that? Protein A, this is a new natural product and a major compound. And Professor Nakanishi in Columbia University and I myself worked this activity, very old results of 3 years ago data, but anti-field activity against African worms, Proputerase and Puta, only 1 to 10 nanomolar millicentimeters and deep disk method, and size toxicity is not so strong, but plant growth related activity and also pesticides activity, it kills the guppy and golden fish and eel, and even the eel. Not only pungent, but also we have the very bitter principle in many liverworts. When you chew the many liverworts, you can feel immediately very pungent, or the very tasty, very sweety, or the bitterness. This is the first example of the current type diterpene, including glucoside. This one, that one, this one. Today I'll focus on very shortly to present our data, including Professor Dr. Novakovic. Miro Novakovic, thank you very much for your very kind introduction today. He and his colleague visited us here as a postdoc almost 8 years ago. We were already heard, and then he worked Italian Roria cruciata, and then to produce many isolated many new skeletal visible by NGO on the published journal material product with us. Thank you so much. This is Mercantin A. Today I will focus on this compound. Why? That compound has multiple biological activity and a huge amount of such liverworts, mercantin polymorpha. We can collect 1 ton, 500 kilograms in almost half a day. Amazing. People believe that the liver was very tiny. Yes, it is tiny, but we can cultivate this liverwort in the greenhouse and also in the field. This is the orange yard and strawberry yard. You can find this liverwort. This is myself to collect. That's about the 50 kilogram or 20 kilogram. It's very easy. Well, bring back this liverwort from my office and then dry up and then crush out and then powderize. And then this liverwort produce, of course, the small amount of the oil body and the small amount of the volatile components. That is the enantio or covalent type compound, and then the derivative, there is one. These are new natural products. And also, this Marcantia Parias diptera is also very widely distributed in our mountain. The culture is very easy to. And then this also produces the limonene, the major compound, and cardiophyrin. This is the minus cardiophyrin. This is the enantiomer also. And Dr. Agnieszka Ludwig's work, University of Dublin Medical University, came to us for 3 years postdoc to work very hard. And they purified all of them of this mass, and then to work to the thermal chromatography, followed by the extraction of methanol of both rivers. And you can see here, imagine it's a very big mass, 80 to 100 grams from the 8 kilogram of the material. So we can get the 1 kilogram of this Mercanti A type compound and derivatives. Then you can see here, there are many different type of bis bibenzyl derivatives. After 1972, I collected and then isolated and struck the residential X-ray crystallographic analysis. And then after 60, more than 60 new bis bibenzyl derivative found in the rivers. And look, please, this one is Mercanti A, and you can see Mercanti A shows microtubule inhibition, tumor cell growth suppression, and Morgan Asakawa published in 2007. And then 1 year later, a Chinese reported Mercanti C, this is our compound, also showed such activity. And Mercanti A is very closely related to this compound, that is the chloralkaloid, that is the muscle relaxation active compound. That's very important for the hospital. I don't believe that this compound has muscle relaxation. However, we use the nectar of the nose frog muscle. It's impossible to use our human body's muscle. So I use the frog muscle, and then this shows exactly the same activity as the alkaloid. So the people believe that the nitrogen atom here, 2 nitrogen atoms are so important functional group to have the mass reduction and mass relaxation activity. Not only nitrogen atom, but also, look please here, this is X-ray crystal analysis, and both compounds are parallel, overlapped completely. So not only the presence of the nitrogen compound, nitrogen atom, but also the configuration, conformation of both are so important for action of viral activity against our muscle. Mercanti A shows the microorganism against the microorganisms. We did it many times, and then we conclude that the Staphylococcus aureus has been inhibited by these compounds very strongly. Against fungi, how about? And trichophyte and manterophyte was also inhibited by this compound very strongly. How about the nitrogen inhibition of a compound? Again, Mercanti A is the highest activity we found. How about the triplosoma that you use the trisoma busheri, that is the malarian, checking the malaria activity? Again, other compounds are not so active, but the Mercanti A is the highest activity we found. Not only the presence of the bis bibenzyl, but also we found so many simple bibenzyl having nothing with the prenar group, but also we have the many prenar groups, right? and general group, and some other functions. And then this video also shows the expression activity as well as the many other bioactivity such as the microbial and antifungal and antiviral activity. And also our Mercanti-A also shows the 5-lipoxygenase and carbogen inhibitor activity as shown in the slide. Not only such activity, but also one of the postdocs from the Madagascar, present now the Oregon State, Ohio State University. He came back once again, and he back once again to his country, and then he found that the Mercanti-C shows the outward glucose inhibitor activity. This is the first instance of the significant activity of this enzyme from the liver. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the two final slides, and I collaborated with the Cameroon doctor, Kenji. Here to me, I have the Mercanti diabetes, and then the correlation with the Professor Novakvik and I myself to work these topics. Now, because so many diseases of the skin, infected disease, completely this is bone, and then this is skin. And then we prepare the cream, and then including alcoholic extract, the methanolchloric extract, ethanolchloric extract, mixing, and then to put the cream, and then 20 days later, his skin are completely covered. So that is the Mercanti type, Mercanti species are containing such a very strong antimicrobial and fungal activity. Still, we're working with these liverworts. What kind of, it is not Mercanti-A, but some other sex-terpene hydrocarbon not so active. And then we are now checking this clinic once again to correct much amount of this to grow the kinase. So this is my final slide. That is the anti-influenza is now infected in the a week ago, or infected by some colleagues in Tokyo University. I still sick in the 2 days, 3 days, and then finally to drink the antibiotic drugs and then the these drugs. But anyway, Mercanti type or Mercanti series induce the anti-influenza activity. This is so important. And then the shortly I have to speak. This is a simulation between the PA. PA means the enzyme of the influenza. This is the influenza protein. And then our compound here. This is our compound. Hydroxy group, we have two also position. We have the hydroxy group here, for example, Mercanti-A. This is OH. If Professor Novakvik kindly enough to esterifize this compound with fatty acid and the benzoic and the cinnamic, but all of them are not active at all, not active, small activity, but not so strong. So that this hydroxy is a so important functional group to inhibit our target, viruses and fungi and even in bacteria. So that the Mercanti-A, particularly Mercanti-A, is a very high amount, okay? So that it is necessary to modify many times, and then they are using much time enough to give us some clinical drug in the hospital. And this is the final one is the bisphenol, Vitalin C showed increases plasma HDL level without elevation triglyceride level in mice. That is very important for the obesity, anti-obestic activity shown this slide. Let me see, this one is the final one. Please watch these structures. If you have a pharmacologist in your audience, immediately understand that compound is tetrahydrocannabinoid-like compound is hashish marijuana compound. Marijuana compound you see here, this benzene ring, nothing. Marijuana contain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentane ring, right? Third one, only pentane ring, 1, 2, 3, benzene. Third one is not necessary. However, that is a very important point, in the worst, that this product only from radiolus species, we have 500 species in the world widely, we checked only 60. Half of them contain hashish compound. This is the last 5 topics, and we have already mentioned, and this is why I stopped to do. So, ladies and gentlemen, within the limited time, I wish to present our data. And then, these are my book, 1, 2, and 3. This is my sole authors, and this is the last one, the 2013. This one is 126 volume from Springer Nature. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for the listening a very short story. And I'm very sorry not to go to your country because of my heavy job and official job for the governmental job, as well as my not so good health sound good, but I was still working very hard. And please ask to Swanappa and Kakari-san. Kakari-san came from our university, our laboratory to work just recently. 1 month ago, she came back, and then I thank you so much. I thank you very much for your coming here. You were very hard.
Yes, sir.
So thank you very much for your very kind attention. This is my grandson to help me. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Actually, your lecture, I was also very interested in my field, area of my field. Okay. So I want to ask some of the audience 1 or 2 more questions from the audience. I invite that. Please ask some questions. 1 or 2.
Any question?
Any questions, please? I think thank you, Professor, for your talk.
Yes.
I think there are no more questions. Thank you for your lecture on giving the bio and chemical diversity of liverworts and their biological and pharmaceutical investigations, their activities. So all the works, we have done a brilliant works, investigations. Thank you for coming and giving a lecture here. Actually, this work is very much interested. You are talking about terpenoids and their enantiomer, biphenyls, all are very much interested. I think we'll contact later on, okay? Thank you very much for your nice talk. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. And I have the 4 books, and probably two of my books I gave one of them to Swanappa-san, so that you ask to Swanappa-san to take my ebook from her. Maybe If not, please ask to me. I clearly gave you my ebook of concentrated my data, their data is, integrated references I have. Okay, so that never mind. If you contact me, I am very happy. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, thank you, Professor. So next lecture will be given by Professor Santalaisam. I'll give a brief introduction about him. Professor Santa is a distinguished mathematician and currently serves as Professor and Head Statistical Mathematics Unit, Indian Statistical Institute, ISI, New Delhi. He obtained his PhD in mathematics from the Kolkata Institute of Fundamental Research, JFR, Mumbai. With an eminent academic career spanning teaching, research, and administration, Professor Santa has held academic and postdoctoral positions at leading international institutions. He has authored over 50 research papers in reputed international journals, with significant contribution to number theory and related areas. Today, Professor Santa is giving number theory and science of secure communications. So I invite Professor Santa, please proceed.
Yeah, thank you very much, Professor Warjit, for your kind introduction.
Now I would like to request Dr. Thokchom Satrajit Singh, Assistant Professor Mathematics, to kindly felicitate Professor Santa Laisram with token of love and appreciation. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I will use this. Okay, so first of all, I'd like to thank MTU and also, of course, congratulate them for this organizing such a wonderful conference in the interdisciplinary area of different fields. And I'm quite privileged. Thank you for the kind invitation to be here. So today I'm going to talk about some of the important concepts, not really concepts, I'll say this important area of cryptography and the role number theory plays in making our communication secure. Of course, all of us nowadays use like WhatsApp, internet banking, credit card, debit card, everything. So all of these things we use with the notion that things are secure. But how are we making it secure? What are challenges and how we will go forward? That's what I wanted to convey in my lecture. So all of us use WhatsApp. So you must have seen something written. The call to this end-to-end calls are encrypted. So what does that mean? So that means when we make any communication, so when a message goes from the sender A to sender B, the medium, it goes through the medium, but the medium doesn't read our messages. Only the intended recipient reads it. So no one in between can intercept it. That's what actually means. So that's the area of encryption. In fact, in principle, end-to-end means like when you send a message either to Signal or whatever, any medium, the system should not be able to read. It's supposed to act like a postman. When you send a letter from someone to someone, the postman just carries the letter, doesn't read it. So this is actually how it works in the digital domain. So how does cryptography or encryption works? Just say kind of the way encryption works. When a sender S sends a message to recipient R, it goes through the platform. So the message is first encrypted and sent to this platform. Platform sends it to
recipient of the decryption, the recipient goes in. So in the absence of any additional guarantees, the platform will have access to all our communications. So the aim of cryptography is to make sure that, like when we communicate, so there's a sanctity of the message or security of the message. So what actually is cryptography? It's a science of making our communication secure. In fact, you use cryptography to store sensitive information or make send important information over insecure channels like internet, so that only the intended people will receive it, or only no one in between should be able to intercept it. So there's a huge theory of cryptography. I mean, it's an interface of mathematics and computer science in a way. And the theoretical backbone is actually given by number theory. That's what I'm coming to. Send important information about this and notion of something called cryptanalysis. When we make any law, only we need to make sure that people. So if we have some valuables in a room, then we have no one in between should be able to intercept. Even if law is too big, but if it can be easily broken, there's no point for that law. I mean, say interface of mathematics, when you design any crypto system, a system to make things secure, you need to make sure that the system is very secure. I mean, it cannot be easily broken. There's an analysis. When we make any law, trying to make sure that the system is robust system. Valuables in a room that we have a cryptology is sort of even if law is too big, but if it can be easily broken, there's no cryptography for that law. I mean, say similarly, mathematics, when you design any crypto system, a system to make things secure, you need to make sure that the system is very secure. It cannot send information. There's an analysis. When we make any law, trying to make sure that the system is a robust system. Valuables in a room that we have a cryptology, even if law is too big, but if it can be huge theory of cryptography for that law. I mean, say similarly, mathematics, when you design any crypto system, a system to make things secure, you need to make sure that the system is very secure. It cannot send information. There's an analysis. When we make any law, trying to make sure that the system is a robust system. Valuables in a room that we have a cryptology, even if law is too big, but if it can be huge theory of cryptography for that law. We say similarly, when you design science, a system to make things secure, you need to make sure that the system is very secure. It cannot send information. Some system is a robust system. We have one of the most important something very important. Send a message. See, when a message is sent, it's a send some secure channel or it's alter some data, we should be able to figure out that the data has been altered. So we should be able to figure out. So these are the important conditions which makes sure when you design any system, it has to satisfy these four conditions. So there, earlier people used to, like, for a long time people has been using the something called secret key system, where to communicate, you use the same key to send a message to another, and you use the same key to, when you design any system, it has to satisfy. So even now for military and some of the government system, we still use the secret key system, where you sort of have a large amount of data to like encrypt and decrypt where you are another, and makes the same. When you design your system, even now for military and some of the government or system, there are secret system where you sort of have a large amount of data to wants to communicate, like encrypt and decrypt where you are another, and it makes the same. When you design your system, even now for military and some of the government or system, there are secret system where you sort of have a large amount of data to wants to communicate, like encrypt and decrypt where you are another, and it makes the same. When you design your system, even now for military and some of the government or system, there are secret system where you sort of have a large amount of data to wants to communicate, like encrypt and decrypt where you are another. Like if two people have the same key, is that, like, how do you have a trust? Can someone steal the key? Because two people are going to have the same key. It's like two people have the same lock, or no, same key for the same lock. Then what if someone gave the key to some other person whom you don't want to give? So then trust issues. And also, like, if all of us wants to communicate, then we need to have many keys. Like for every pair of two people, you should have, one key. So that means, lot of keys needs to be maintained, which is not that easy. So that's the problem with the secret key system. So therefore, to overcome this, the public key crypto systems came in. So earlier, before public key came, everything was mostly for government or military. Then public key system completely changed the game. It opens this cryptography to basically to the public. So public key system was introduced by Diffie and Hellman in 1975. So here, like your email ID and password, it has one public key and one private key. So public, you can disclose to anyone. Anyone can get the public key, but private key, only yourself should have. So I'll just go fast. So basically, one of the important criteria is that it should be, like, from the knowledge of your public key, someone should not be able to figure out what's the private key. It's like from your Gmail ID, someone should not be able to figure out what will be the password. So that is the important aspect of public key systems. So this is how a public key crypto system works. Like Bob wants to send a message to Alice. So what does he does? He wants to send a message called "Hello Alice." So he uses Alice public key, encrypt the data, and the middle one is the ciphertext. Now ciphertext is sent to Alice. Then Alice uses her private key and decrypt it to get back the original message. Hello Alice. This is how a public key system works. Pretty simple. It's quite easily understandable. Only what we have to make sure is that, you see, I may be able to see this ciphertext 6EB9 extra blah blah, but from here, can you figure out the original message? So one should not be able to figure out. That's the requirement of this public key crypto systems. So one of the important public key which is most widely in use today, including in our internet banking extra, is so-called RSA, named after inventors Rebase, Samir and Edelman. The story is very simple. Rebase and Ron Rebase and Adi Samir, they used to make they used to come up with protocols. Every time Edelman was able to break it. When this so-called RSA came, Edelman was not able to break it, so it became RSA. That's how RSA started. Then there's Al-Gamal, Diffie-Hellman, DSA. Sorry. So DSA is quite, I mean, like you can use for so-called digital signature, so it is quite widely used. So I just want to show you a comparatively public key table. So this DSA, Al-Gamal, Diffie-Hellman. So RSA is actually used widely. So it was one of the most important crypto system and currently in use crypto system. So there are some, of course, it has certain there's advantages, but it also has some disadvantages. I'll just go a bit fast here. So one of the important advantages is that you can share, like you can communicate with anyone without worrying about sharing your secret key. So you need to just maintain your, like, I can just give you my email ID without thinking anything, because unless you know my password, you won't be able to access my email. So that way, sharing trust issues, everything became easier. So one of the disadvantages is that, like, when you want to encrypt large amounts of data, it becomes too slow. Then it becomes some problem. But nowadays, there are other mechanisms to handle it. And of course, implementation, there are some issues, like keys need to be much longer than secret key encryption. And there are some implementation protocols, and nowadays there are ways to overcome it. So it has more advantages and actually disadvantages. And so public key system changed our security of communication completely. So why number theory is important here? In fact, number theory is the sort of like it gives the mathematical foundation for all these public key crypto systems. And because of ideas like prime numbers, like they form the cornerstone of this cryptography because of prime numbers, modular arithmetic, and algebra. So this became very important to because of these ideas in number theory, we were able to have very important crypto systems which are much more easier to use. And in fact, why number theories are so important is that, so all of us hear about this post-quantum, like the quantum computers are coming, anytime soon. So in the post-quantum scenario, many of the presently secure systems are going to be broken. Even in that case, number theory provides a way to have this secure system. So there's something called, some important area of mathematics or crypto called post-quantum cryptography, where a lot of people are working and trying to devise systems which will overcome the quantum scenario. So I'll go a bit fast. So basically, the starting idea was very simple, but it goes, much more difficult. So this is, I'll go a bit fast since it's a mixed audience. So the idea here is that use some very simple concept of modular arithmetic. So A is congruent to B mod M means M divides A minus B. Use these properties in conjunction with primes. And there's one important, I'll just, concept called Euler phi function. That's the cornerstone of RSA, Diffie-Hellman, and many other crypto systems. So basically, I'll go a little fast here. So I just want to show you how a Diffie-Hellman key exchange works. So basically, you start with a prime and a generator G, which you announce to everyone. Everyone knows prime P, and everyone knows the generator G. So, and Alice and Bob wants to share the same key, but without physically meeting. So they choose their random secret numbers A and B and sort of share and use this modular arithmetic to get the same key. So I will later on share the slides to people who are interested. So I'll go a little bit, since I don't have too much time, I'll go a bit fast here. So the idea is that it uses one of the simple looking problems in mathematics. You see, all these things are secure because we don't know how to solve so-called discrete log problem. So let me state what is discrete log problem. If you are given 3 power x is this number 4782969. If you have to find x, then you can, all of us know log. So you take log on both sides and divide it and you get it. It's pretty simple. Now I change the problem a little bit. find x such that when 5 power x is divided by 23, the remainder becomes 9. Now life changes completely. So you cannot use sort of the log we know. So then this problem becomes much harder, and this is called this is idea how it is called the discrete log problem. So the correct answer, one of the ways is that you sort of take all the powers of 5 and divide by 23 and look where the remainder 9 comes. But then it's something called brute force attack. Once the numbers are big, primes is big, you cannot do it in a short time. So it's pretty hard. So the discrete log problem is that finding, you are given A, B, P. So when you know that B is remainder when A power x is divided by P, finding x, this is called discrete log problem, and it's quite hard. And I mean, so hardness of this makes our communication secure. So another computationally hard, very simple problem is called this prime factorization. You are given that number n is a product of two primes p and q. Can you find prime p and prime q? It's not that simple anymore. So this is considered very hard problem. So because of this hardness of two problems, most of our internet banking and transactions are secure. So this is RSA named after, I mentioned Samir and Edelman. So I'm in the middle. Samir is the left side. Professor Bal Subramaniam is in the right side. So this was a picture taken in 2004 in Delhi when there was a conference in cryptography. So basically, I'm not going to explain too much mathematically, but I just want to tell you that the RSA, which is, I mean, after they made this RSA, when they started a company called RSA Data System, now it's taken over by AMC Corporation. So the basis of RSA is just this Euler's theorem. So once you know that GCD of A and n is 1, then A to the phi n has a remainder 1 when divided by n. That's the only idea they need to use it for RSA. Pretty simple, but very difficult to decipher. So basically, the idea is, I'll just go a bit fast here. So in RSA, you have a public key n and e which you can share with anyone, and private keys n and d which you keep it to yourself. And like anyone will use the public key to encrypt, like make C ciphertext C by taking m to the power e modulo n, and you use the private key to decrypt like c to the power d mod n, then you get the c. So this is how the crypto system works. So if you want to break the system, then either you have to factor n or solve the discrete log problem. There are no other way out. So, and these two are very difficult problems, and because of that, our current systems are secure. So anyway, I'll just go. So challenge of factoring large numbers is the it's a difficult, hard problem which makes things simpler. So I'll just tell you how hard is to factor large number. If you want to factor 77, if I give you, all of you will tell me answer right away, right? But if I give you this number, okay, you will take some time, but you will give me the answer. Now if I give you this number and ask you to factor, I don't know how much time you will take, and I want you to imagine how much time you will take. So it's a RSA 240, it's a 240 digit number, and it's a product of 2 prime. That's all we know. Now I want you to find 2 primes, right? So this is, the problem becomes much harder. Just for 240 digit number, problem becomes much harder. So earlier this RSA data security, they used to design so-called RSA numbers which are product of 2 primes, and they challenged everyone to factor. Basically the challenge was that people should come up with algorithms to factor large numbers. So in the year 2019, December 2019, they factored that RSA 240 number. A team of French mathematicians led by this Emmanuel Thom. So this is the number, which is a 795-bit RSA, and these are the factors. So once you give the factors, you can just multiply this, and it's pretty simple. But how do you find the factors? So I'll just show you briefly. The CPU time spent amounts to approximately 900 physics core years on a 2.1 gigahertz Intel. So those who know about this computing part, they will figure out what does that mean. So they use something called number field shift, where they have something called RSA sieving step and matrix step. So sieving step took 800 physical core years. Of course, they didn't spend 800 years, but this is physical core years. So this was done together with the open source software called CADO NFS, which is one of the important algorithms using algebraic number theory concepts. Even to understand this number field shift, you need to know much more advanced mathematics. So what I want to tell you is that currently, even to factor this 240-digit number, you take a lot of time. But in practice, you use 124 digits or larger. So then decryption is out of the question. I mean, at least theoretically, it's out of the question. So now another thing is that, of course, RSA big, then it becomes difficult. Like in mobile phones, for example, computing powers is less. So instead of RSA, they started using this elliptic curve cryptography. So basically, elliptic curve is a geometrical object with algebraic structure. So I'll just show you some elliptic curve. So it actually represents a completely paradigm shift in the sense that it gives a superior efficiency. Like 256-bit elliptic curve system will give the same as 2048-bit RSA. Then storage becomes less, and also computation becomes faster. So most of this mobile communication, security of mobile communication, they actually use elliptic curves. Even blockchain, all this, they use elliptic curve. So this is how an elliptic curve looks like. So basically, it's an equation of the form y square equal to cubic. So the idea is that the points on the curve, they form a group structure, algebraic structure called group structure, and we can play around with the group structure on the elliptic curve and get it. So basically, an elliptic curve over a field is you have prime field is coming, P is coming, which is a prime, an equation of the form y square equal to x cube plus x plus b, satisfying non-singular condition. Group called abelian group, and there's something called a point of infinity, which is an identity element of the group. So basically, it has something called cotangent law. So though it's a geometrical object, you can add 2 points and find the sum by using the so-called cotangent law. So in fact, even to understand elliptic curves, you need more advanced ideas. So one of the important problem which is related to discrete log problem is this elliptic curve discrete log problem. So you're given that kp is some number, kp is p adding k times. So how do you, like you're given kp is q, can you find k? That's the elliptic curve discrete log problem. And there's an easy way to add numbers, but to get back the message is, the reverse problem. Like given k, p, you can find kp very easily. But given p and q such that kp is equal to q, finding k is extremely very hard. So that is the elliptic curve discrete log problem, and nothing much is known about it. And so because of this, elliptic curve crypto systems are quite ideal for secure systems. So I'll just go a little bit fast here, some mathematical ideas. So I just want to tell you that Diffie-Hellman, for example, so in elliptic curves, though you're working with curves, but you actually work with numbers. You don't go to the geometry. That makes things pretty simple to, pretty simple to use. I'm not saying that it's very difficult to decrypt, but encryption is pretty sure, pretty easy. So in fact, you cannot use random elliptic curves. There's this organization called NIST, National Institute of Standardization and Technology in US. They give certain elliptic curves, kind of elliptic curves to use, and their curves are numbered in certain form, and they are used for different cryptographic applications. So contemporary applications of elliptic curve crypto system, including the web security, or blockchain or digital signature. So these are the applications, where nowadays we use much more elliptic curves because of this low storage and high security from smaller key system. And even in Bitcoin, they use this elliptic curve digital signature schemes. And these are some of the important applications of elliptic curves. So I'll just go a little bit fast. So basically, I just want to have a comparison. So key size, as I told you, 256 bits in ECC gives the same security as 2048 to 4096 in RSA. Then signature, storage, everything becomes much more simpler. Now I come to this quantum edge. So all of us, of course, heard about these quantum computers, where Google is making very advanced quantum computers and so on. So what is the quantum? How does quantum computer work? So it operates on principle of quantum mechanics, such as superposition and entanglement, to make the process information quite differently than classical computers. And this capability actually allows us to do faster calculations, much more efficiently than traditional computers. So basically, nowadays, there's something called the source algorithm. So source algorithm is a mathematical algorithm which, if implemented in quantum computer, can factor large numbers in a very short time. So you see, factoring large number in the traditional computer algorithms is very difficult or very hard. But in quantum computers, it's much more simple. It's much faster. Simple in sense is faster. And because of that, this discrete log problem or this factorization problems will no more be difficult problem in a quantum computer. So all this, I mean, RSA, ECC, many of the protocols will fail when quantum computer comes. So that's why we need to really sort of go ahead from the looming threat, in the sense that it's not just a theoretical threat, but near possibility in the current digital age. So we need to prepare for it. So in fact, even to prepare, number theory plays an important role. So so there's something called lattice-based, so protocols, which is you use something called learning with errors problem, which are some number theoretic ideas or mathematical ideas to sort of handle the post-quantum scenario. Then there's a coarse-based crypto systems, multivariate systems, which are polynomial system over finite fields. Then hash-based system and transition. So where you combine sort of hybrid, use the current ones like ECC ones along with the post-quantum algorithm. So these are the currently in practice crypto system being planned for the post-quantum scenario. In fact, I like to advise to the students and other young researchers particularly that it's a upcoming area where a lot of scope is there. In fact, it's quite important to come up with very easy to administer crypto system in the post-quantum scenario, and it's like kind of a gold mine of new areas, to go for it. So I just want to, another thing is that, you see, with the onset of AI, the cryptography also of course changes, but only thing is that AI is a double-edged sword. I mean, it can break, it can try to break the system, or it can be used to secure the system. It works both ways. And in the post-quantum scenario, people are working in trying to bring in AI to the post-quantum algorithms to make it more secure. And there, most of the algorithms are coming from number theory. So number theory is actually quite essential for securing our communications. And starting from modular arithmetic, primes, factorization, elliptic curves, and number fields, we have made a lot of progress, both in theory and in practice. However, in view of technological advances, we cannot stop. So we need to actually keep prepared for future times. Like in fact, billion miles ahead of current technology. And that's why number theory is very important. And of course, like it's a kind of a multidisciplinary sense that you combine the number theoretic idea with the computer science to make our system secure. And it's one important area to go forward. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Professor Santa. So thank you for your brilliant lecture on overview of cryptography and number theory. So you give a brief lecture on about idea of cryptography, and then explain by number theory. And there we explain also the challenges in the future about AI and quantum computers. Thank you very much. So I invite again 1 or 2 questions from the audience. As we are very late, already late for lunch, so I think we are all hungry. So only 1 or 2 questions, please, from the audience.
So if anyone is interested in the slide, you
Yeah,
can mail me. I will be happy to share the slides.
Yeah, you can consult with personally here. So thank you once more again. So we have a big hand for Professor Santalaishram.
Yeah, thank you.
So now in this technical session, I want to wind up. So here we have two plenary lectures, one from Professor and one from Professor Santalaishram. So now I hand over the microphone to the Graduate Committee. Okay, thank you very much once more again.
Thank you, sir, for chairing the session. Now I would like to request Professor Laitonjam Warjit Singh, sir, to kindly hand over the certificate of appreciation to Professor Santalaishram for his wonderful talk. I request the volunteers to kindly bring the certificate. Thank you, sir. Also, I would like to invite Dr. Anand Jyoti Sanasam, Assistant Professor of Mathematics, to kindly present the certificate of appreciation to Professor Laitonjam Warjit Singh for spending his valuable time with us during this session. Thank you, sir. Now all of us are very hungry, so let us move towards the luncheon venue. And as time is running late, I would like to request everyone to gather at the respective parallel session. We will be having 4 sessions from now on, so kindly gather at the respective parallel session after the lunch. So now time is around 1:43, so I request everyone to kindly join at around 2:10 p.m. Thank you.